It'll be even especially better since it's coming off of their biggest rival, Marcus. And speaking of Marcus, what are you seeing out of them this year?
Yeah, I mean, like, they have the same record as Hebron, same points. This is a huge game, as you said, but this Marcus team, they've been really dominant the past 10 years. They finished top 25 nationally in the past 10 years, and then even top 10 for those 10 years. I mean, they're a really good team, and even this year they're doing it again, and they have a chance to win district again this year, and this is going to be a big game for them, as you said. And, who's your key player for Hebron tonight?
Well, the key player for me tonight is going to be Taylor Cheatham. She's having a great season this year, 14 goals, 4 assists, and 32 points on the season. She's second in goals for the team, tied for third in assists. The last game, it was a loss to Capel. She had 1 goal. So, yeah, Taylor's my spotlight player of the game. What about you?
Yeah, my spotlight for Marcus is going to be Bella Campos. She's a junior. She's played 11 games. She's had 9 goals. I mean, just really impressive, almost a goal per game. And last game against Plano West, where Marcus won 5-0 last Tuesday, she had 2 goals and an assist. I mean, she can score and she can also pass. It's just really impressive player. She's a junior, too. She's still got a whole other year to play. It's just really impressive to see that out of a junior. And of course, she's going to be great, and then she's really going to go on and play in the NCAA. She's really talented. And that's all we're going to have time for on our pregame show, and we'll be right back here on Ellis Men. And welcome back here to Ellis Men on YouTube. And we're just getting started. They have the introductions going for Marcus right now. And, Alex, what are you going to see out of Hebron tonight? They've played good soccer throughout this whole season, but, this is a hard game. You had Capel. They just lost a narrow game on Tuesday. Now they're coming to play Marcus in the same week. What are they going to have to do to win this one?
They're really just going to have to focus on their game. They nearly took off the top team in the district their last game in Capel, 2-1. So, and if they really pull this one off, it'll be even better since it's against their biggest rival in Marcus. So they're just going to have to stick to their game and hopefully just keep that Marcus team at bay. They're going to have to get a lot of scoring out of the two, Ariana Jimison and Taylor Cheatham.
I mean, I'm thinking on the Marcus side, they're just coming off that 5-0 win. They have, I'm sure they have tons of confidence coming into this game. Earlier in the season, of course, they tied against Hebron 1-1, and it was a really close game. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. I'm going to see both sides, but really, as I talked about earlier, Bella Campos is going to have to play well. She's had a good season. I mean, you can't really ask for much more out of her, and if she gets a goal tonight, I definitely think they're going to have the edge. She is like that type of player where she brings such an energy to the team when she scores.
Well, let's hope for a good game today.
Yeah, as they continue the introductions here, we had the JV game just earlier as Hebron's JV1 team narrowly won against Marcus 2-1. I mean, they came back in the final 5 minutes. Marcus was up 1-0, and they came back and scored 2 goals in 2 minutes to make it 2-1. I mean, it was just really exciting, and to see that in that JV game is going to make this varsity game even more fun.
Yeah, the JV game, I mean, it's hard to just score 1 goal in the last 5 minutes, but to get 2 when you're down, I mean, that was just an incredible game from the Hebron team. So big shout out to them as they pull off the huge win.
Yeah, just the sudden energy change. I mean, they looked down and out in the final 10 minutes, but they really came back in those final few minutes and got a key goal and then scored again. I mean, it's hard enough to tie that game, and then they score another one in 2 minutes. I mean, good energy and a tough loss by Marcus, but I'm sure, JV, they're had a good season, and both squads are. Throughout their all teams, JV2, JV1, and of course varsity, all these teams are good. This is 2 very good soccer programs. I mean, it's very impressive to see this out of 2 programs.
Right, and this Hebron team, 7-1-2 in district, 13-2-3 overall. These are both 2 excellent teams, top 3 teams in the district.
Yeah, it's just these teams are just impressive. And we'll head down to the field now for the national anthem. And hello, welcome back up to the booth here. And, these are 2 top teams in the district, as we said. But, of course, Capella has 24 points. Hebron and Marcus both have 23. I mean, this is a big game. Of course, Capella came out on that win, and that's what got them into first. But this is a big game, and especially saying that Capella's still got to face Marcus and Firemount. I mean, they got to face them later, and it's especially a big game for Marcus because if they can get this win and then beat Capella, they definitely have a good chance at first. And then for Hebron, they really have to win this game. This is huge for them.
Right. This is going to be a huge game for Hebron. Last game, it was against the top team in the district, Capella, 2-1 loss. So for them to pull out this game, that would be just humongously, monumental for them.
Yeah, especially they're automatically geared if bought into the top 3 almost. Firemount's 6 points out, and of course, it's just a big gap right there. They just got to win probably one more game, and they'll stay on the top 3. But I'm sure they definitely want to ensure first place and or at least get second place because playoff position is key when you get into there.
Right. I mean, top 3 is obviously really good, but these 2 teams they don't want to finish just top 3. They want to go for it all. They want to finish top team in the district. So this is going to be a huge game for both teams.
Yeah, especially position of the playoffs. That's always going to be key. And you always want to face, of course, maybe the easier teams. Even though in the playoffs, no team is easy, but you want to have that seeding. It really just helps when you get further in the playoffs.
Yeah, seeding is a big topic because like you said, if you're the top seed, you get to face easier opponents. But you never know in this sport.
Yeah, every game is tough, and as both teams enter the field now, we're about to get underway, and looks to be that your goaltender for Hebron is going to be Sophie Hughes, And then your keeper on Marcus's side will be Bree Russell. I mean, this is just going to be a fun game. I definitely think 2 top teams in district, of course. It's going to be competitive, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Going to be a competitive game, going to be a huge game for seeding-wise in the district, and just going to be a huge rivalry game.
As we get underway with the first half kickoff. As Marcus just drops back into their own side of field to start the game, trying to retain possession. I think that's going to be a key factor for them tonight.
All right, they want to maintain possession, so they just want to keep the ball away from Hebron.
A good ball in deep to Bella Campos early today. But Hebron's able to steal this ball straight back and get their first touches of the game.
That steal was from Taylor Cheatham on that one.
Marcus is definitely, as we were just saying, that Marcus is definitely a possession-oriented team. They're going to want to have most possession tonight.
Yeah, I think the game plan for Marcus here is to just keep the ball away from Hebron because, you know, Hebron's, they got their top scorers in Jimison and Cheatham, so their main game plan is just keep the ball away from those two.
Yeah, they definitely have a chance at 3 10-goal scorers this season, which is really impressive, speaking how they only play 13 games in a season. I mean, that's just in a district, and that's just, like, really impressive on their side.
Yeah, Jimison and Cheatham this year, I mean, they have been both out of this world. 41 points for Jimison and 32 for Cheatham.
Marcus tries to bring it through the midfield, but they turn it over to the Hebron's defense as they're just going to rotate it back to their goalie Hughes. As Hebron looks to go on the counterattack here. As they move across the field. And then just a missed cue on the pass here, goes straight back to Marcus's, and then they come back straight on the counterattack.
That was a potentially dangerous counter by Hebron there, but, you know, just failed over after a turnover.
Yeah, definitely going to have to make smart, quick passes to start the game early, as refs are going to call a foul here early. And Marcus is going to go back to their defender on the other side of the field, just kind of switch the field up, open up some space.
It's good defensive play there by Hebron.
As they try to go with the through ball here, but just looks to be too far out of the reach here.
It was a good idea there by Hebron, but just kind of bad execution on their part.
Yeah, Cheatham was just a little bit too far out of reach for that ball. As they move the ball straight back into Bella Campos, who headers back into the center of the field, but goes straight back to a Hebron defense. As they move the ball back into the middle, there's some open space here for Hebron, but a bad touch leads to another turnover.
All right, now I feel like Hebron has kind of the momentum in the game so far. It's been mainly in Marcus's territory, so Hebron wants to capitalize off of this right here.
Yeah, a little possession and gets the ball in the open space, but another heavy touch leads to another turnover where it goes straight back to a Hebron offense as they take the shot, and it looks like they scored. What a shot in the open field. I mean, just a little ricochet of a bounce there, and it's just not able to possession on an early goal for Hebron here, only 4 minutes into the first half.
That's a huge goal from Hebron right there. I mean, this is what they wanted to do. They wanted to capitalize on the momentum early and make Marcus play on their heels. So that is a huge goal there by Hebron.
Yeah, that's just a goal there by Mia Williams. Just from the 30-yard line on the football field, I mean, just the range on that is just incredible. And early in the game, especially 5 minutes in, it's just incredible to see. And they take the early 1-0 lead.
And Maya Williams, that's her 6th goal of the season this year. So she's having an amazing year this year.
Yeah, that's a heavy range shot, too. Just pinned it in the corner there. There's going to be another foul here on Hebron. Marcus might have a chance here to get one into the end and try to tie this game up early.
It's going to be a good opportunity for Marcus here to tie it back up.
And they get a ball into Bella Campos, but Hughes is there to stop that. And just all of a sudden, this game just seems to be all in Hebron's favor early here after that quick goal. And I mean, it's just a crazy turn of events, especially how we were thinking this game is going to be really close, and as it still is, but that's just a quick goal. Especially in this type of competitive match, you don't see those quick goals too often.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, this game just went from evenly matched to now Hebron's in the driver's seat right now.
Yeah, but another through ball here just looks to be a little too heavy from the Marcus midfield. Just trying to find Bella Campos with those through balls. That's what they've been doing all year, and they're just trying to continue it here tonight. Coming back over to the Marcus defense as they get some more possession, as they move it through the midfield here. And the give and go option there, but Hebron's defense is able to clean that one up there, as it looks to be Olivia Howard that's able to clean up that on the defensive side.
Looks like there's going to be a throw-in for Marcus.
She gives it back into the midfield. Quick little header there, trying to get it over to Campos again, but just a little bit too heavy of a touch there.
Potentially dangerous attack here from Hebron. Let's see what they capitalize on it.
Yeah, counterattack looking for the through ball, but an extra touch to Cheatham. Cheatham has some space, and she takes a shot from far out and just misses too much to the right.
Yeah, it was a good idea, but she just missed the touch on it.
Yeah, I'm sure Hebron's going to look to do exactly what they did in that first goal. They know that this Marcus defense is strong. It's going to be hard to get in tight, so they're going to have to take those long-range shots, as we just saw in that early goal.
And that shot from Cheatham, she's having an amazing season this year. She's averaging 1.3 goals per game, 1 assist per game, and 3 points per game. So, yeah, her and Jemison are just the absolute MVPs of this Hebron team this year.
As Marcus comes off quick right off the penalty to maintain position past midfield. And they go for a little through ball on the left side, but it's going to be a little bit too far out of reach.
It feels like even when Marcus gets into Hebron's zone, I mean, just something gets in their way, whether it be a turnover or a good defensive stop by Hebron.
Yeah, there's some through balls here, but it's just they're not been able to get past the defense. You know, they've had the through balls and they've been able to get the ball a little bit past the defense, but they're just a little bit too heavy, and they're either going out of bounds or going straight to the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting through the Hebron defense, but even when they get close to the goalie, like you said, it either goes out of bounds or the keeper's right there to stop it.
As Marcus recycles it here through the back. And they try to go for another through ball, but this one hits a Hebron defense, but lands right in the feet of Marcus forward, straight to Bella Campos, and she's not able to keep possession there for Marcus. So they move it straight up to Cheatham, who comes up straight to the field, straight to the center of the field.
Potentially dangerous here from Hebron.
And she takes it for herself, moves it outside to Howard here. She goes in for the cross, but Marcus' defense able to clean that one up and move it out to the side of the field. And here we come with Marcus almost on the counterattack, but too heavy of a touch in the midfield gives it straight back to Hebron. As Ko takes the ball up the side and just gets a little bit of a tackle there by Campos.
We're going to see a throw in here from Parker Ko, who's had 4 assists on the year so far, tied for 3rd on her team, so she's been good at dishing out the assists.
So the throw goes a little bit over to a Marcus defender, but after a couple ricochets, it goes straight back to a Hebron player, and it's Cheatham open in the box. She cuts back. She takes a shot, but it's straight into the goaltender's hands.
That was a good shot from Cheatham, but goalkeeper was just right there, so good attack there by Hebron, but they just got to capitalize on those attacks.
As they look to call it offsides there. So even with that, it's good footwork by Cheatham. It even shows how good she's been this year, but it's the offsides call that took that away. As Marcus goes in deep for here, straight down to Campos, trying to go for another through ball, but not able to get to her.
Seems like every time Marcus tries one of those through balls, I mean, they just put too much on it, and it eventually goes either out of bounds or right to the keeper.
Yeah, just a little bit too much pressure on those passes so far. As Mazzola gives it off. Straight back around to Martin. Martin gives it to Campos down the right side.
Potentially dangerous here for Marcus.
And they cross it back in, but straight into Hebron defense's feet, but Ingenson takes a shot from out far, but that's going to be an easy pickup for Hughes.
I feel like that was one of Marcus's first good shots on goal for the game. So, I mean, they're starting to break through that Hebron defense.
But as Hughes lays this one off to Cheatham, she headers it forward for herself. She's on a break here down the left side of the field. She takes a shot, but it's going to roll straight into the Russell's hands. As Russell's going to quickly give it back in here to Campos for Marcus. She taps it down to an empty right side of the field. And Coe is able to easily pick that one back up and get it straight back into the forward possession for Jimison. Jimison takes it herself, has some open space in the midfield. Gives it down, try to give that ball through the Marcus defense. But a nice little header there. Clears that away. And a turnover here on the defensive side almost leads to a chance.
She was looking for someone to pass to, but no one was there.
As now Marcus, as Hebron's defense recycles back into the center of the field. Tries to get another through ball, but Marcus' defense is able to clean that one up.
That was a good idea there, but like you said, Marcus' defense was just right there, so it would have been potentially dangerous attack by Hebron, but the defense was right there to clean it up.
As we are now almost halfway done with this 11 minutes into this half. Hebron had an early goal 4 minutes in to make it 1-0 by a long shot by Mia Williams on our 6th goal of the year. And now it's just kind of been back and forth chances for both teams.
Yeah, back and forth so far after that goal. I mean, both teams have had good shots on goal since my Williams' goal. But yeah, Marcus is looking to rebound after their early deficit.
As Russell's going to move this ball straight back into play. Header clears over to Campos. She tries to kick it down the side, but Coe makes a good play to clear back in, and it'll be a Marcus Thuron. Straight back in, but goes straight to a Hebron player as they're going to recycle with their defense. Has some open space here on the right side of the field. She cuts into the middle. Gives it straight back over to Cheatham. Cheatham has some open space. Makes a couple moves. Cuts back. Finds some open space on the left side of the field, but then goes find her teammate Coe. And Coe gives one into the center. Not able to find anyone as Marcus is able to clear this ball away. As here it comes down the side here for Campos again. A little bit too heavy again, and that's going to be a Hebron throw-in.
Once again, I think that's been Marcus's biggest problem so far in the game. I mean, they break through the Hebron defense, but every time they try one of those through passes, it always ends up out of bounds or just too much.
Yeah, just a little bit too heavy on the touches early in this first half. Hebron's able to retain some possession here. Moves it to the right side, tries the ball in, hasn't found anyone. Cheatham kicks the ball, but it just goes straight to the Marcus goalie. And she was looking for Campos, but it was just a little bit too far out of the reach, so Coe's going to get some more possession here. And now after that quick little turnover, Marcus is going to get possession right back. As Marcus decides to refresh with their defense. As they try to get one up to Campos, she tries a quick little touch, and she's able to keep some possession here. She tries to move it to the middle of the field, and she's able to as they move it back up to the right side. She cuts back into the center.
Number 24, the Trinity Armstrong, she was playing some really good defense there.
As Marcus decides to try to cycle back with their defense as they move one up to the left side, have some open space here. Moves, it's going to be a good chance, moves into the left side, cuts back, able to fall in the Marcus' hands, takes a shot, and it's saved here by Hughes.
The Marcus players went down into the penalty box. Potentially could have been a penalty, but refs clearly did not see it, so no call.
As Hughes quickly kicks this one all the way back, and it's going to be a little bit too heavy of a touch that's going to lead into a Hebron throw-in. Lesko's going to cycle this one straight back in for Jimison. Jimison tries to move it up to the left side. It's going to be another throw in here for Hebron. But it's going to fall in the laps of the Marcus player as they have another chance for a counter attack here, but it gets slowed down by a good pressure on the Hebron's midfield. As this ball is going to roll out, it's going to be another Hebron throw-in. As Jimison tries to cut back, but it's going to be a foul here on Campos. And looks like Hebron's going to have a chance here at another opportunity.
I think they're going to look to cross this one into the penalty area and hopefully get in a nice header.
Yeah, about 30 yards out as it's on exactly that 30-yard line.
Hillary Haynes with the kick.
She drives in. That ball just seems to land there in the box. Kicks around a few people. And just went off the head there, the Hebron player, and Marcus is going to be able to get possession back here and try to go on the counterattack. As Campos takes it down the right side of the field here.
This could be a good attack here for Marcus.
As
They're breaking through the defense.
As Campos cuts back. Gives it back to the center of the field. And going to give it straight back to Campos, but that pass is not going to be heavy enough. But another quick turnover here by Hebron gives Campos another shot as she tries to give one in straight into an open Marcus player in the box. She headers it forward to herself, but it's going to be able to get cleared out there by the Hebron defense as they're just going to clear it out to midfield.
That was easily one of Marcus's best chances of the game to tie this up, so that was a huge missed opportunity there by Marcus.
And here comes Hebron. Tries to get a little quick pass downfield, but luckily for them, it goes off the foot of a Marcus defense, and it's going to be another throw-in for them. Hebron's had a lot of throw-ins here down on their own side of the field.
Thrown here by number 22, Ansley Beer.
He fumbled around here, the feet of some players, but Hebron's able to have some possession and finds an open wing. She moves it down. Cuts back, trying to find some space for a cross, but a good defensive play. Looks to be another Hebron throw-in. So, Alex, what are you seeing out of both teams here so far, especially on the Marcus side, of course, being down?
With Marcus, I mean, they're getting good opportunities, but it seems like every time they get near Hebron's goal, it either gets out of bounds or gets thwarted by the Hebron defense or goalie. So they just really need to capitalize on these opportunities.
As Hebron brings the ball straight back in here as Jimison tries to get to that ball, but she's not able to in time, and it's looks to be another Hebron throw-in. And then what are you seeing out of Hebron that's just really making the difference for them and, of course, giving them that 1-0 lead?
I mean, with Hebron, their defense seems to be the name of the game. That's how they're really stopping these Marcus opportunities. And with their offense, the goal earlier from Maya Williams, it was a great ball. It was nearly 30 yards out, so it was a great strike. So they just need to keep doing what they've been doing in this game so far.
Yeah, a lot of good counterattack chances for Hebron, which led to their first goal, and I think that's what they're going to try to look for in this game. It's just good defense and lead to those counterattack chances. Well, and Marcus is able to clear this one out. It's going to be another throw in here for Hebron. As we are now about halfway through the first half with Hebron getting an early first goal to make it 1-0. As Parker Coe is going to take the throw in here. But Marcus is going to be able to get possession off here as Campos is down the right side. Tries to move it back into the middle. Finds some Marcus legs. And they're going to switch the field here. Have some good quick passes throughout the field and looks to see they have a chance here. Gives it to Campos. Tries another through pass, but that one just kind of just bounces around in some legs. That was kind of one of their better through passes. Just didn't get the luck there on that side. But
one of the better ones they've had in the game so far. But once again, their Hebron defense there to thwart the opportunity.
Yeah, but it looks like Marcus is going to have a throw in here. It's going to be Grace Martin taking the throw in. tries to find the little space there open between those three Hebron defenders as she gets a header straight back into the box, but no one's there. And it looks another counterattack here, chance for Hebron. She gets it over to Jimison. Jimison has some open space in the midfield, and she gives it straight back.
Potentially dangerous here from Olivia Howard.
As Howard cuts back, gives it back, and a quick shot there, but just a little bit too much power and off to the left.
It was a good opportunity there by Hebron, but just bad shot. I mean, they could have done a little bit better. Could have taken their time with that shot, but once again, they're really keeping Marcus on their toes. So if they just keep doing what they've been doing in this game so far, I think they can pull this one out.
Yeah, definitely working on those counterattacks and trying to catch Marcus's defense on their toes and just trying to work off those counterattacks, which they, of course, had that first early goal on.
If the ball's like going far out, go to the person that just hit the ball. And then once the ball gets thrown back in, to the person like that.
As Parker Coe is going to take a quick little throw in here. Gives it off to Jemison as she has some open space now, and she tries to switch the field straight to an open wing. And Hebron's finding some open space here. Tries a quick little through ball, but not able to find an Hebron player. As now Marcus has been able to get the ball back, but then quick turnover again here in the midfield. And finds Jimison again here for Hebron as she takes a long shot out and just too much power on it. Just goes over top of the net.
I like the idea there by Jimison, but it could have been better execution. But she's the top goal scorer on the team, so you can do stuff like that when you are the top goal scorer on your team.
Yeah, Hebron's obviously got a lot of faith in Jimison, and they had that early goal off that long range shot, so I think they're just trying to catch Bree Russell on her toes, of course, giving up that early first goal on a long shot. So as Hebron's able to get possession straight back as they find Jimison again here in the open field. Make some quick passes. Seems to just roll by Hebron forward. Hebron's just been able to kind of just out sprint the Marcus midfield so far.
Yeah, it just feels like the Hebron team has gone faster than Marcus so far.
As we say that, Marcus tries to come on the counterattack. Tries to switch the field over to Bella Campos, but doesn't find her. As Hebron's able to get possession straight back. As they fight Chenam, who's back on the field now. If they make a quick few passes, now have some open space. Tries to get over to Jimison, but it's just a little bit too far behind her. They're able to get possession straight back here to Cheatham. She finds open wing to pick, and she's in the corner now.
Yapik looking to cross this ball in.
She found an open space, but not able to find a Hebron player. So this one just gets kicked back straight to another Hebron forward, but a good pressure there by Marcus as they have another chance here on the counterattack. They try to regroup here and try to actually get some possession again. Because now they try to go for the long ball in. They have an open player in the middle of the field here.
Oh,
but they're going to
offsides. I think that was one of the better chances that Marcus has had so far in the game, but just a little bit too far off, and they called an offsides.
Yeah, I think that was Nia Mazzola who had that chance there. Another good through ball. That's going to be obvious. The game plan of what we're seeing early, and it just that one actually was kind of on her feet. Just of course she got caught offsides.
Looks like we're going to have a re-kick here. I'm not totally sure what happened.
Yeah, I think starting to talk to the, seems to be the Marcus coaches on the other side of the field here. One of the refs is. Just seem to be having a conversation about something. As we have now 16 minutes left here in the first half. Of course, Hebron's still up, and it's been a really good game so far. Competitive. Just Hebron was able to capitalize off their couple chances, and Marcus has had their chances, just not really able to capitalize, of course. They've tried those through balls, and they've had, of course, that last one, they would have had a great chance if they just weren't a tad bit offsides there.
Yeah, Marcus really needs to capitalize on these opportunities when they catch the Hebron defense off guard.
Yeah, it definitely looks like early they have the speed on their forward side to get past these defensive backs who've just not been able to connect on the long passes throughout the field.
Looks like the referees are still talking with the Marcus coaches. I'm not totally sure what's going on here.
Looks like we're going to get play back underway here as gets a long one through straight into a Marcus defense, but she's going to head it straight out of bounds here.
Throw in here is going to be from Taylor Gilmore.
She gives it back in. They're able to get possession here, and they're going to move quick with their quick passes as they've been all night.
Looks like Hebron here is trying to slow down the pace, and just keep the ball.
And kind of those like quick passes there, but that one's just a little bit too strong. And Marcus is going to be able to get possession back. It's going to be another throw in here for Marcus. She gives this one up over into the middle of the field. And it's going to fall right in there in the lap of a Marcus forward as she tries to take it back over the side. Tries to make a quick move, but it's going to land straight back to Hebron. And we got 2 on them, and they're going to call a foul here on Marcus, and Hebron's going to have their counterattack again. As if they go quick, but they seem to be taking their time here, trying to slow down the pace of the game.
Yeah, I think that's what Hebron's trying to do now. They're just trying to slow it down and keep the ball for as long as they can for the rest of these 15 minutes.
As Hannah Elliott sends one in deep for Chenum. Chenum takes a shot, but it's going to land in the hands of Russell here. As she's just going to roll off to her defense. Now she's going to clear it back down and wide. Not able to keep possession here for Marcus. It's going to fall straight back into the hands of Jemison for Hebron. She's quick with the ball, has Chenum open on the left side. She tries for some open space, tries to get through a gap, but is not able to. Good play there by the Marcus defense as Grace Martin makes a good play.
So we're going to have a throw in here from Chia. No, she gives it up. It's going to be thrown here from Taylor Gilmore.
As Howard's going to come back into the game here for Hebron as she seems to take out Jemison for the first time tonight.
Howard, she's having a pretty good season. 2 goals, 3 assists, and 7 points on the season.
As Marcus is able to grab possession here, but quick as they fight for it here as a human player goes down, but Marcus is able to get possession again as they come down here for the aim from Mazzola, and she just gets outplayed here, and a good play there by the Hebron defense on Hayes' job.
There go our boys in yellow on the sideline there, Kennedy and Jack.
And it looks like Grace Martin's going to take this throw in here, give it over to Bella Campos as she gets a little bit of a quick shove there. So Marcus is going to have a good opportunity here, get cross in and get another chance.
Yeah, this is going to be one of Marcus's better opportunities to score here for a cross in.
It looks like it's going to be Grace Martin taking the kick here. Definitely Marcus' best chance recently. Haven't had a lot of possession downfield, but this is a good chance for them as Grace Martin takes it. She gives it out wide. Not able to find a Marcus head as Hebron's able to clear this one back into the midfield, but Marcus is able to retain possession again.
Yeah, Marcus really needs to capitalize on these opportunities when they get the chance.
Marcus moves it back outside, but a little bit too heavy of a touch there by Elmer Hayes, and she gives up a throw in here for Marcus. As Marcus is going to make a couple subs here. As Maggie Reynolds and Paige Dixon are going to come back into the game here. As they try to give it off to Bella Campos again, but she's fighting in the corner with it, and it's going to be a Hebron goal kick here. Marcus had some possession here in their offensive side of the field, but not really able to make anything from it. But a quick little trip here gives Marcus another chance with possession. They give one back into the middle of the field. Makes a quick move out. Tries to get over to the side of the field here as Mazzola tries to cut back in, but another good defensive play by Hebron's really stopping all these Marcus attacks.
Yeah, and that turnover there by Hebron, that could have been very costly. I think Hebron is very thankful that that didn't turn into a goal for Marcus.
As Marcus quickly gets it back into play here. Has some chances on the offensive side of the field for the first time. But this lays into Campos, but Hughes is able to pick it up straight there. As she looks to go straight back onto the counterattack here for Hebron.
Yeah, Hughes has had a great game so far. Any ball that has come her way, she's been there to just clean it up. And she's been really the backbone for Hebron so far.
As that ball's going to roll a little bit too far past for Cheatham.
There goes our boy DJ there with the nice save.
Yeah, they're getting their work in tonight too. As Belen Campos lays one off, but not able to find a Marcus leg as Hebron's able to get possession. She has dumped one back in, but of course, Grace Moore makes another great play on defense.
And there goes DJ with another great play on defense to save the ball there.
As Hebron's trying to keep possession here. A little bit heavy of a pass, but it would keep it is given to Cheatham with some open space down the left. She finds a way through. She cuts back. She has some open space, takes a shot here, and it just seems to almost loop in, but it just bounces out a little too far.
Yeah, that was very dangerous there by Hebron. Really thought they would have capitalized on that one. So Marcus is thankful that that one didn't go in, and this looks like it's going to be looks like there's going to be a corner kick here from Hebron.
That was a great chance there by Taylor Cheatham as Jemison here for Hebron comes back in. And this is a key corner here. She just gets a little tap off here to Jemison, who of course has some open space. She makes a good quick pass back. They give it back into the middle. Has an open person. Takes a long shot out, but just misses wide.
Yeah, that was a potentially dangerous there by Hebron, but they just didn't capitalize on that one.
They've had the bulk of the chances this half. They've been so far a bit of the better team, and it's just really obvious to tell. They've had the possession, they've had the chances. Marcus is really just trying to work off the counterattack, it seems. But right now, it just seems Hebron's got all the possession.
Yeah, right now, Hebron has all the momentum in the game so far. I mean, most of the time, the ball is in Marcus's territory.
Marcus is able to gain some possession here, but a good quick play gives Olivia Howard a chance for Hebron as she moves it off back to the side. As Hebron cuts back into the middle here. Cheatham tries to give one down low, but a bit of a miscommunication there.
I think she was looking for Howard there. Thought she was going to keep going, but no. That one is a turnover there by Hebron.
So there's about 8 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the first half, as Hebron still leads 1-0. As Marcus moves it quick back up here, gives it off to Bella Campos. Tries to make a quick move, but it doesn't fall to a Marcus player. As the Hawks are able to retain possession again. Give it off to Jemison. As Jemison tries to switch the field, but another miscommunication there. Doesn't seem that Cheatham was ready for that ball to land there. And Russell's able to pick that one straight back up.
Yeah, with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left, Marcus is going to try to capitalize on the opportunities that they're given and try to tie this game.
It's another bit of a mispass there by Jemison. Going to give Marcus another chance here. And that's going to lead to another Marcus throw-in. And then that's a little bit too much pressure, and that's going to be it's going to be a Hebron throw-in.
So I think I have to apologize. I've been saying game this whole time. For soccer, they're called matches, so that's my apologies on that one.
As there's about 6 minutes now, Hebron's just taking their time here, just trying to really put the game in their hands.
Yeah, right now they're just trying to like keep the ball for themselves and, keep possession away from Marcus.
As Marcus does find possession here in the midfield, as they have a chance here on the counterattack. It's going to land on the feet. They try to switch the field here over to the other side, but that's going to be a little bit too heavy. They're going to land straight back into the Hebron defense. As Hebron defense now moves up quick, trying to get a counterattack for the Hawks. Hebron tries to draw a foul here, but Campos is going to pick up the ball, and it does seem they're going to call a foul there. As the Hawks are going to get possession straight back. This is going to be Elmer Hayes. Going to kick that one deep. Almost seems to roll here. And Marauders are luckily enough to get that one back outside. Make sure Jemison for the Hawks isn't able to do anything.
Yeah, I think just the smartest play over there was to just kick it out of bounds, keep it away from the attacking Hebron offense.
And another quick good play over there by Grace Martin, who's had a handful of work here, especially on that left side of the field on the attacking side for Hebron. They've had Jemison and then even Cheatham over there on that side. She's had a lot of work to do, and she's done pretty good. Tries to get the ball back over there to Jemison, but it's going to be a little bit missed pass there.
It was some good footwork there from DJ there on the sideline.
As Marcus is going to try to shuffle it back to their defense here as they give it back to Russell as he tries to kick one deep. But it seems to just kind of fall there in the wind. And Hebron tries to take a shot, but it's blocked quickly by the Marcus defense. And the Hawks are going to keep some possession, but going to just kick it a little too fast, and Jemison was not ready for it for the Hawks.
Yeah, Jemison wasn't ready for that one, and plus I think it was a little bit too far, even if she was ready for that one.
Yeah, they seem to be trying to move quick in the midfield there and just really trying to be faster. And then, of course, Marcus seems to be trying to take something slow and then just kick that ball downfield and then try to find a Campos or Mazzola downfield. But so far, it's just been not working for them. But on Hebron's side, they're just trying to those quick passes and they just try to take shots whenever they can.
Yeah, with less than 4 minutes left, this half so far has just been all Hebron.
Yeah, definitely. Hebron's had a bulk of the possession. Of course, both sides have had their fair share of chances, but so far it's just been mostly all Hebron for possession-wise, and of course they have the lone goal.
Yeah, and this is the second half here. Marcus is going to have to change something up because what they were doing in this first half kind of wasn't working for them. So whether it be just like be more defensive or be more attacking, I think something's got to change here in the second half.
As this one's going to end up out of bounds, and Marcus is going to be able to get possession back here, try to make something happen in the final few minutes of the first half. As Marcus is going to switch the field here, but trying to lose his possession. A good play by Jemison to hustle down the field. She's going to kick it straight off Campos' legs there, makes a smart play.
Yeah, and even here, as they're leading with only less than 3 minutes left, Hebron seems to be the more aggressive team so far, even offensively and defensively.
Yeah, they just seem to be moving a little quicker here. As Hebron moves it back into the middle of the field. Trying to make these quick passes here. As they decide to cycle it back to their goalie, Hughes. As Hughes is just going to kick it downfield to an open wing, and it's going to give possession right back to the Lady Marauders. He's going to find Campos here, who hasn't had a lot of touches, but definitely evident to see her a lot on the field, as they're going to move one back in here to Mazzola. Mazzola's not going to be able to find it. It's going to land in a Hawks defense. As Marcus tries to move quick here on the ball, and they're able to get possession straight back. Just move the ball straight back into the midfield. They take a shot here, and it's just going to roll straight into the hands of Hughes.
Marauders had numbers there, so they definitely could have capitalized on that opportunity right there, but once again, Hughes was just there to clean up the mess.
as Hugh kicks it straight down backfield, but it's going to land on the feet of a Human midfielder as Jemison tries to kick one straight back over past the Marauder defense, but another good play there. Back to the open side. Going to move it down to the midfield to an open wing that Campos was not ready for, but she's going to hustle for and not going to be able to get there in time. Going to be another foul here on Marcus. And there's going to be a minute left here in the first half as he runs up 1-0.
And Eleanor Haynes is going to look to either quick pass this one or boot it, and she is going to send this one far.
Marcus defense headers it up, and now they're going to have possession here and down on the side of the field, but another quick play there by
less than 30 seconds left. Most likely Marcus isn't going to be able to do anything with these 25 seconds.
just move the pressure back into the midfield, but isn't going to land in the hands of Mazzola as she tries to get one back over to Campos, not able to find her. Quick little move down, and there's some open field here for Campos if she can get there, and she's not going to be able to as the feet of Campos here. She's going to move the ball straight back, and it looks to be another quick chance here for Marcus, but they're just not going to be able to take the shot in here, and that's going to be halftime here as Hebron is up 1-0 after a good half, and we'll be right back here on Ellis Men. And welcome back to this LSMN broadcast between the Hebron Hawks and the Marcus Marauders as Hebron leads 1-0 at halftime. And the key players we talked about at half were Taylor Cheatham and Bella Campos. And what are you seeing out of Taylor Cheatham so far?
Taylor Cheatham, the main scoring today has obviously been from Maya Williams. She was the main scorer for today. She had the goal, 5 minutes left. But Cheatham, she's also been amazing. She's, been just playing her game, and 14 goals on the season so far. That's second on the team. So, yeah, she's been really good this game. What about Bella Campos for Marcus?
In the game, they're really trying to find her on the right side of the field a lot and trying to find her with those through balls. And I'm not able to get one to her yet, but they've had a lot of good pressure with her, and she's found some open space, had a couple good chances, but not able to find the net. And, of course, this year she's had 9 goals, and she had 2 goals last game in that 5-0 win against Plano West. And, of course, that assist. She had a huge game last time, and I wouldn't be surprised if she came out the second half just firing, and she had a ton of energy. I mean, they had a good half. They just weren't able to get through to get those really quality chances, unlike Hebron had in the first half.
Yeah, Marcus is going to really need her in the second half because the momentum has been all Hebron so far.
Yeah, both of them have been really good. I definitely think Cheatham's had a few more of the good chances as she's looked really good. She just quickness and just down the field making good cuts and really just catching the Marauder defense on their toes. And she's just looked really good. And she's just the difference between the two and Bella Campos, of course. Bella's just not been able to find near the net chances. Well, Cheatham's definitely found the near the net chances and had those quality chances.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we're going to have for you on the halftime show for LS Men on YouTube, and we'll be right back after this. As Hebron is up 1-0 against Marcus to start the second half here. You know, great first half. Of course, Hebron comes out on top, but, you know, what are you seeing out of both teams so far, Alex?
I mean, both teams were attacking, but obviously Hebron was attacking a lot more because there's a 1 on the scoreboard for Hebron and a 0 on the scoreboard for Marcus. So Marcus really just needs to pick up the intensity against the Hebron defense, and Hebron, they just need to keep doing what they were doing in the first half, and if they do that, I think Hebron can pull this one off.
Yeah, especially on that Marcus side, they just got to find a way to actually connect with those through balls. They had a ton of chances, but they only really connected with one and only had one good chance from it. But they're gonna have to find a way to get one of those through to actually get another quality chance here. As Marcus is gonna have the first early possession here in the second half. Gonna move it back into the inside of the midfield here, and Marcus is gonna find some open space. The ball's landed here in the center of the box, and Campos finds some open space, but it seems to be they're not going to say goal since that goalie seems to fall down there on a harsh kick open in the box with a lot of legs.
Yeah, they might call this. Yeah, they might call this one off. Maybe goalie interference there by Marcus.
Yeah, it seems they already have, and it looks like it's going to be Hughes, who's had a really good game so far. I mean, she's played well, and it's going to be a huge loss if she can't continue, but she seems to get up, and she's just a little shaken up.
Looks like she might be cut on her lip there.
Yeah, but a early chance there by Marcus. I mean, that's exactly what they need to do. They need to get those balls in. They had a really good chance, almost scored there to start this second half off.
Yeah, that's exactly what Marcus needs to do. They just need to put the pressure on Hebron and keep the ball out of their zone.
As they've started off this second half with a lot of pressure against Hebron, as you can see, they're just really showing that full force out. And Hebron's coming down their side of the field, having their first few touches of the second half. Seems they're going to go put this one in deep, but Marcus is able to find the ball as it's going to land on Bella Campos's feet. Had a lot of possession there in that first half. Fall in the hands of the Marauders here as Bella Campos runs down the right side of the field, but is not able to catch that one. It's going to look to be a goal kick here for the Hawks.
Yeah, so far Marcus has definitely been the more attacking team in this half so far, and which that's exactly what they needed to be if they want to keep up with the Hawks.
Yeah, these first 2 minutes they've looked like the team that has way more energy to start the second half. I'm sure that Chad Hobbs, of course, their head coach here, has told them to turn up the Jets. Of course, they a little bit slow in that first half, but the second half they've come out strong, and they've seemed to be outrunning Hebron to start this second half.
Yeah, the Marauders just look like the faster team so far in this first half.
As Hebron comes down the left side of the field here. The Cheatham there just loses a little bit of possession, and Marcus is able to get possession right back as they move this ball straight back downfield for Maddie Reynolds, but she takes too heavy of a touch and is going to go straight back in for a Hebron throw-in. Wick almost first 3 minutes here. And so far it looks like Marcus is coming out strong, a little bit slow out of the gates for Hebron, but looks to set up a great second half here.
Yeah, Marcus just wants to be the faster team in this half because that's what Hebron was in the first half, and that's how they got the goal there by Maya Williams. So if they can just keep up this pace, the Marauders could most definitely tie this game up.
Marcus seems to be quick on these loose balls here as Bella Campos moves it back to the center. Little give and go-esque pass there, and they find themselves some open space. Gives it back to the right side of Bella Campos. She tries to give one in, but just a little bit too heavy of a touch here. So that ball's going to roll back out straight for another goal kick for Hughes.
Yeah, the Marauders have definitely gotten the more chances in these first 4 minutes of the half. So that's absolutely what Marcus needed. They needed to be the more quick and attacking and aggressive team.
You know, they're doing exactly what Hebron did in the first 5 minutes of the first half. Going to see if they can get their goal on the board too. As Bella Campos rushes down the right side of the field, cuts back, moves it back to the Marauder midfield as they quickly take one back in, but not able to find any Marcus players as here comes Hebron on the counterattack. So they quickly move down the left side of the field, but too heavy of a touch there. But after a couple of ricochets, it falls straight back into the Hebron legs. But quick presses by the Marcus defense is really catching Hebron off guard and just really making Hebron lose possession quick.
Yeah, this quick intensity from the Marcus team is really getting potential mistake here. That could have been dangerous there, but yeah, the quickness here from Marcus is really catching Hebron off guard because Hebron was the quicker team in the first half, and now that Marcus is playing a lot more quicker than Hebron, they need to just refocus on Marcus now.
As Marcus tries to get some quick possession here, but too soft of a pass leads to a turnover. Fight for it here, and Marcus just needs to be a little quicker here, and it's going to be a Marcus throw-in. As in these first 5 minutes here on LS Men on YouTube. Of course, Hebron has the 1-0 lead with that goal early in the first half by Maya Williams, but Marcus has come strong here out of the gates. Some runners get this throw in here, try to lead to a header on the open wing, but just too heavy. And what do you think the difference is here for Marcus, Alex?
They've just been playing with a lot more intensity because they realize we need to really pick up this pace if we want to get back into this game, because that's what Hebron was doing in the first half. They played with a lot of intensity and quickness. So Marcus realizes if we can just do that, if we can match what Hebron did in the first half, we can potentially tie or maybe even win this game.
And as we talked about earlier, this is a huge game in the standings as both teams are tied with 23 points and both tied for second. If they can get this win, it'd be huge for the playoff race here late in the season.
Yeah, these late playoff rushes, I mean, this is going to be a game shaker, whoever wins this game.
As it's going to be a goal kick here for the Hawks.
Looks like this wind is picking up and it's blowing towards Hebron's side, so that could potentially be a problem here for those goal kicks.
As that ball falls straight to the Marauders, but loses it in the midfield here as Hebron tries to catch off the counterattack. As Howard moves the ball straight back in for Cheatham, but she's not able to get to it in time, and Russell picks that one up. As it falls to the midfield for Marauders. And it seems to be a foul at midfield here. It's going to be a Hebron kick. Obviously, Hebron's taking their time here early in this first half while Marcus is trying to pump the pace up as Hebron kicks one in deep. It will find some feet, but it's going to be a corner, they say, for Hebron.
This could be another one of those scoring chances here for Hebron.
And it'd definitely be a killer there for Marcus if they had all this possession and attacking and they just give a goal here off the corner. So definitely big for both sides.
Yeah, if Hebron scores right here, that'll be like an absolute gut punch here for Marcus.
As they kick one in low. I don't think she got her best foot on that, but the Hawks are going to be able to have possession here as they take their time in. Quickly get one back in for Jimison down the right side. Almost finds some open space, but a good play by the Marauder defense to kick it back out.
That was a good ball in there by Hebron, just thwarted there by the Marcus defense.
Looks like Ansley Beer is going to take this throw in here for Hebron as she gives it back in quickly for Jimison. Move to the side, and it's going to be a foul here right on the side of the box.
Going to be a free kick here for Hebron, and it's going to be another one of those good scoring opportunities here.
Yeah, especially when you have a player like Ariana Jimison taking this kind of key opportunity here. You could even see maybe a shot coming from her, but definitely look for that left side of the field there for Hebron. She kicks one in, and then good play there by Russell to punch that one away.
You know, it's a good play by Russell there. It was a really good ball in there by Jimison, but good play there by the goalie there to punch that one away.
back in quickly, as it looks to be that Olivia Howard's going to take this throw-in. And then it's just going to be another quick header out, and it's going to be another throw-in. Finds Cheatham in some open space, but are attacking by Marcus is going to call a quick foul here. So Marcus is going to take their time and get their possession right back. Finds some open space, lays it off. Has some space in the midfield, but it's going to lie in the feet of some Hebron players, and there it's going to be a quick kick downfield there, straight back to Hughes. As this ball is going to lay back into the midfield for Hebron, as they're going to try to keep some possession. Definitely getting pressured here early in this first half by Marcus, and it's forcing some mistakes on the Hawk side. Yeah,
Marcus is bringing the pressure here, forcing some mistakes and turnovers, as this could be a scoring opportunity.
Ball in here for Bella Campos, and it finally works. The through ball. Bella Campos gets a goal. That's a key player there. We talked about earlier today. Like, hits a goal and gets the tying goal. That pressure there for Marcus really solved that one, and that's 11 minutes in to this second half, and the Marauders are able to tie it.
They finally brought the pressure, and it finally worked out there for Marcus.
You know, that's just that through ball. I mean, they've been doing it all night, and it finally worked. And I mean, just lays on the feet of Bella Campos.
Yeah, it finally worked out there for Marcus, and now it's a whole new ball game.
And here's that goal again there by Bella Campos.
See right there, she was at the 5-yard line, and she punched it in there.
As Hebron's early back on the attack again, and she takes a shot, and it's scored from across the field, and Cheatham's able to get a goal right back. And they're going to take the 2-1 lead here.
Less than 20 seconds apart, those goals.
Yeah, this game just got very interesting once again, as Hebron's going to take the 2-1 lead against the Marauders after they get a quick goal, and now Cheatham's going to come straight back down the field and score. So both of the players we mentioned earlier have now both got goals.
Taylor Cheatham, that's her 15th goal of the season, and that's going to be her 34th point of the season. So once again, continuing this excellent season and retaking the lead for this Hebron team.
Yeah, even for Bella Campos, that was her 10th on the season. And now here on Ellis Men on YouTube, we have a 2-1 game. Hebron takes the lead once again, now with about 20 minutes left in the second half.
This game just got a lot more exciting as
be some pressure here by the Marauder offense, trying to get straight back that goal, trying to get this goal back again. As they move the ball straight back quick into the midfield, as they're going to try to find Bella Campos again, but decide to move it back outside. She just takes a long shot, just a little too heavy there, and gets over top of the net.
I think she tried to cross it there, but yeah, like you said, just too heavy on that shot, on that cross.
Good chances for both sides. 2 quick goals, as you said, 30 seconds apart. I mean, very exciting here, and this game is back to another Hebron lead. It's just that one chance there by Hebron. That was their first chance, definitely of the second half here, and they scored off it.
Yeah, all the work that Marcus was putting in, all that pressure, wiped away in maybe about 25 seconds.
As Marcus tries to come back down the field here, lays one off to the right side, tries to gets a ball in low. Bella Campos knocks one, a little bit of a shove here. They're not going to call anything, so Hebron's going to move the ball straight back out. We have a player down on the field here. I think that is Bella Campos. She's been down on the field here after a hard contact.
Yeah, it was hard contact in the box, so you could have potentially said, you know, that could have been a penalty. But, yeah, she's down.
It just seems it was a hard entrance there, and they were really fighting and just got knocked down and just went down hard.
Yeah, this is not good for the Marcus team. Her limping off the field.
Yeah, that's a key player. There's had the goal earlier, of course.
She's not pushing any pressure on that other foot. So, yeah, this could This could be very bad, not only for Marcus, but for Campos herself.
Into the game as an injury replacement, number 9, Maddie Hayes for Marcus.
As Maddie Hayes is going to come into the game here and replace for Bella Campos. It looks like Marcus is going to have to find some energy from some other inputs here tonight. Of course, Bella Campos has been their main source of offense, but they're just going to have to find some other ways.
And obviously we hope that, the injury to Campos there isn't too bad.
Yeah, hopefully she can come back early in the game on down the other field. She seems to be walking on it now, as you can see. As Marcus lays one in here. It's going to be a little bit out far wide, and that's going to be a goal kick.
Just a little too much on that one. Could have been a good chance there for Marcus, but just too much on that cross.
On to the Hawks, number 1, Kayla Martinez.
As Kayla Martinez comes in for the Hebron Hawks on defense.
Martinez, she has 3 goals on the season, 6 points. She's tied for 5th in goals on the team.
As Hughes going to kick this one downfield, and Marcus is able to grab possession from it. So it looks like Marcus is going to try to switch the field here, but just a little bit too much power on it. It's going to be a throw in here. As Marcus is going to grab possession on this. Tries to get this one over top for her other forward, but not to find the space. And this one's going to roll back, and Hebron's able to save it to not cause any further issues.
This Marcus defense here is putting a lot of pressure on the Hebron offense.
Yeah, it's definitely been the big difference here in the second half. Marcus is starting to put way more pressure on the Hawks. Jimison tries to stop that one, but it's still going to land the feet of the Marauders. As Mazzola makes a good play off here to the open space for the Marauders as she gives it off, and they're going to cut back into the center, but she loses it here, but it's going to fall straight back to Mazzola.
Marcus has some numbers here.
And they're going to give it off to the right, try to get a ball in. Cut back in. A few more, tries to regroup here, and gets this ball in deep, but it's still going to be off and over, of course.
Marcus is getting a lot more chances than they did in the first half, but once again, same problem as the first half. They're not really capitalizing on these. So yeah, they just really need to capitalize on these opportunities and mistakes that Hebron makes if they want to tie this game.
I think they just need to take some time a little more. They got 25 minutes still. They're only down 1. They got plenty of time. It's going to be a sub here for Marcus.
On for Marcus, number 13, Paige Dixon.
As Paige Dixon comes back in here in the midfield for the Marauders. As this ball is going to find the head of a Hawks defender as she tries to keep the ball in, but they're going to say a throw in here for the Marauders. Tries to get this ball straight back in quick. Gives the ball off to the center. Tries to find people in the midfield, but not able to, as Maya Williams makes a good play to find an open space for the Hawks. Just went off to Jimison as she collects and lays it off to Williams, and she gives it straight back to Jimison. She tries to give it back down to Maya Williams, but of course that defense put a lot of pressure on the Hawks early.
Williams looking for her second goal of the game here.
Marauders are putting a lot of pressure here on the Hawks. Not really given them too much chances other than that goal, of course, earlier. Seems to be a little extra shove there, and they're going to call a foul here on the Hawks. Sure, Marauders going to try to move this one quick. Instead, she takes her time here. Kennedy Wise does. She gives this one in deep to the midfield. So the head in this one looks like it's going to roll out for a Lady Marauders throw-in. She looks for some options down the right side of the field, not able to find anyone. She lays it back off to the left. So they cut back into the center of the field here. Good layoff here for Mazzola. Mazzola takes a shot in deep, but it's going to land straight in the hands of Hughes.
It's a really good save there by Hughes.
Yeah, she's had a really good night there in net for the Hawks.
Yeah, really only the one mistake there by Hughes, the goal. But other than that, she's been an absolute brick wall there in net for the Hawks.
As Marauders are going to get possession straight back, but makes a quick little turnover, but of course going to put pressure straight back on the Hebron. But a good layoff there by just gives a good space for Williams, but Williams finds Japek down the right side, and she crosses it back in, not able to find a Hawks player. And it looks here that Marauders going to have another chance here at the counterattack as they come up the right side of the field. Gives it back to the middle, but no Marauders to be found. But quick little another turnover there. It's going to be another chance here for the Marauders. So give it back to the center. Another quick pass here. A lot of open space on the right side. She decides to turn back and go back to the center as they decide to switch to the left side now.
Marauders taking their time here with this possession.
She moves to the left side, gives this ball in, tries to find an open wing, and she does, and it's a nice header, but it's going to land straight in the hands of Hughes.
That was a really good opportunity there for Marcus. Good ball and good header, but once again, Hayes is just there to clean up the mess.
A really smart play. Just Hughes was in the right place at the right time. This one's going to find her again. She's going to knock it down there, a bit of a heavy, and it looks like she's going to go down. Seems to be another player down on the field here for the Marauders.
She looks like she's in a lot of pain there.
I think her and another player clashed heads on a header.
Yeah, on that play right there, it just looked like they clashed heads when they went for the ball.
And I think that's Maddie Hayes down on the field for the Marauders.
It is a good thing that she's sitting up. Looks like she's talking with the trainers.
Yeah, hopefully she's just a bit shaken up as there's 21 minutes left here in the second half. Hebron Hawks still have the 2-1 lead against the Marcus Marauders here on LS Men. And as this is going on, Alex, what are you seeing out of Marcus definitely in this so far in the second half? I mean, a lot's changed for them. They've played a lot better, and they've had a way more of the bulk of chances.
Yeah, Marcus has been playing a lot better since the first half. I mean, they've obviously getting a lot more chances than they did in the first half, and they've been, for the most part, other than the goal that Hebron had, they've been keeping them at bay offensively. So they just really need to kind of amp up the aggressiveness on this Hebron defense, and if they can do that, I mean, obviously we saw in the JV game, you only need 5 minutes for 2 goals, so 21 minutes, that's not impossible for Marcus to take this lead.
Yep, they're only down 1. All they need is one good chance, and it all could be tied up. As we're going to get play underway here. She lays this one in, straight back to the box. Looks like they're going to call a quick foul here maybe on the Marauders forward.
It's a costly foul, actually, for Marcus. It would have been a throw-in because Hebron kicked it out, but because of the foul, it's Hebron's ball again.
So they're going to get this ball straight back into play here. It's going to land on the head of a Marauder. So going to move this ball back to the left side. Tries to make a quick pass, but not able to find anyone. As Chisholm's going to take it up the right side of the field here as she cuts back into the middle. Makes a quick little move. Tries to find Cheatham there on that right side, but not able to find her. And then the Marauders make a Piper Hemperly. Makes a good play there.
about 20 minutes here. Marcus kind of needs to not only focus on the game, but kind of the clock, because now times are kind of running out on them. We're halfway through the second half. You start getting good opportunities there.
And a quick little turnover there by Gibson gives Marauders the ball straight back as they look to do something off the counterattack.
Jimison there is slow to get up on the play. She's bending over behind.
As on the other side of the field, it's going to look to be a Marauder throw-in. She goes down your right. Jimison's a little shaken up.
Far behind the play. She's very slow to get up, but thankfully she is walking.
As the Marauder's going to take this long throw in here. Almost a good setup here. Tries to take the shot, but unable to. She cuts back and she takes the shot, and this game is tied. 2-2. What a goal. That is exactly what they needed. They tied this game straight back up 2-2 with 20 minutes here left on Ellis Ben.
Exactly what the doctor ordered there for Marcus. Exactly what they needed here with less than 20 minutes left in the game. They've tied it up, and now potentially they want to go get a third and to try to take this lead. As there, you see the replay there.
Yeah, that's Piper Hemperly that scored that goal and make it 2-2. That's exactly what they needed. Spence, especially since Campos came out, who's their strong offensive player. That was a big goal for them as they tied this game 2-2.
It looks like Marcus isn't done. They're still amping up the intensity on this Hebron offense.
Yeah, they know they want this win more than they want another draw against Hebron. They've definitely played the better second half.
Yeah, Marcus has been the much better second half team so far. A lot more chances, lots more aggression here from Marcus.
As they seem to switch the field here. Straight back over to Mazzola. Mazzola takes her time down the right side. She cuts it back in here from an open player, but she just seems to lose a little bit of a heavy touch there. Seaver's just going to kick it straight back down, but it's going to find a Marauder player, but going to land in the lap of Williams there, and she's just going to give it off.
Yeah, the momentum in this game so far seems to have been like an on and off switch for Hebron and Marcus. 1 minute in the first half, it was all Hebron. Now it's all Marcus with this momentum.
Yeah, they just seem to be outrunning the Hebron players this half. I just mean the way more energy. It's like they just wanted to win this more, and this was a good play by Caroline here, who made a good press and just tried to take a quick shot and try to find some open space in the net.
Yeah, it was definitely a good idea there. Just, could have been better execution there.
Yeah, hard.
Shove there, no foul.
It seems to be they're not going to call something.
She's still down on the play.
Well, they're going to blow the whistle now. I think they're now going to call a foul on it. As it just seemed to be a little bit hard of a tackle there, and we still have another player down for the Marauders. Their third player down now. I mean, it's just come back to, it's just not looking very well for them.
Yeah, I mean, give credit to Marcus. I mean, this is their third player down, and yet they're still in this game. They were really fighting for these players.
Yeah, I'm hoping she's okay. She's still down there. I think that's Piper Hemperly, who had the goal earlier. Maybe a loss of breath there. Hoping she's okay.
Yeah, hopefully maybe she just got the wind knocked out of her.
As now we have this time. What do you like? This game is just turned on a head, and I mean, it's just basically went from one team to another, and it's just really quick change. I mean, no one like this game was all Hebron first half. I mean, they had the lone goal, they were just playing better, and now it's all Marcus.
Yeah, I mean, it's like been an on and off switch for the momentum in this game. Marcus has definitely been the far better second half team as she gets up, thankfully. That is Piper Hemperly. But yeah, this game has definitely been turned on a head, as you said. So these last 17 minutes, maybe anything could happen.
Yeah, it's a big game for both teams. They both know what's on the table. They both don't want to draw. They want to win this game, especially in the table. It's going to be huge to get another win, especially against a top team.
Yeah, these teams like absolutely do not want another draw. One team wants to come out with a win, and whichever team can be more aggressive in these last 17 minutes, I think will come out with the 3 points.
It's definitely been all Marcus here, but we know how fast things can change, as we can tell between the halves. Looks to be that Marcus is going to get a free kick here, I think. Right about 45 yards out from the goal. Looks to be Caroline Costantins. It's going to take this one for them. Sure, she's going to look for a header inside the box. Going to take this one. It seems to be almost a shot almost, and another good save there by Hughes.
That was a good idea there.
And here comes Hebron straight off of that. And another good play by Caroline. This is 2 times now where she's just out sprinting the Hawks on their counterattacks, and it's really just preventing them from doing anything.
Yeah, and it seems like this whole Marcus team is outrunning this Hebron team. Marcus seems like the much faster team, even late into this half.
Yeah, they're just looking much quicker so far.
So there's going to be a throw in here for Marcus.
As she fights forward in the corner, is able to retain possession here as she has some space, and she's going to cross it in low, tries to find some legs, doesn't find anyone. It seems going to roll out here for Hebron as they try to get it up on the middle side of the field here, but not able to find anyone. As Marcus comes straight back down, tries to kick it back in, but again, not finding anyone. Ball's going to bounce around here, and it's going to fall in the lap of the Hebron player. And Cheatham's going to find some open space. Not going to be able to do anything with it as the Marcus Marauders defense closes in on that one.
That was a good opportunity there by Hebron. It was nearly a good through ball, but like you said, the Marauders defense was just there to, clear that opportunity away.
As they're going to get the throw in here. As Marauders going to get possession straight back. Tries to take it up the right side of the field, but not able to find any space. As the Hawks are going to switch the field here. Take their time now, try to find someone open down the right side, but again, Marauders close in on that one. It's another good play there by the Marcus defense. Going quick here as Hayes tries to find one in deep. Didn't find the head of a Hebron player. And it looks like Russell's is going to pick that one up. As we are now in the final 15 minutes of this one, tied 2-2.
Yeah, like you said before, these teams definitely do not want another tie. They both want to win this game, so what would you say these two teams need to do to pull out this win?
I just think Marcus is going to keep doing what they're doing. They've been the better team this half, and Hebron's just going to have to find a flick of the switch maybe and try to create some offense, because other than their one goal, they really haven't had much. As Hughes seems to lose the ball here, not able to pick it up in her own box. She has to give it out to her Hebron player on the left side. So they're trying to Cheatham down the field, but not able to find her. As Marauder defense kicks it right back out to the right side. Go down the right, but that one's just going to land out of bounds. And they're going to say this ball went off a Hebron player, and it's going to give Marcus possession. But quick little tap there is going to end up another Marcus throwing. It's going to now be another quick throw in here for Hebron as the ball just comes off the leg of that.
Listen, 14 minutes remain here in the game, so both teams need to try to pick up the pace here, because like you said before, they want to win, and that would be monumental for both teams in the standings here.
As Jemison finds Chanum down on the right side, as you say, she makes some open space, but a good save, but it lands straight back in front of her and looks to be a goal for Cheatham, her second of the game.
An amazing play by Cheatham there, second of the game. That's number 16 on the year.
It's impressive. Her second of the game. She gets this first off and saved by Russell, but it lands straight back on her feet there, and Wise is not able to clean it up there. And that's going to be a 3-2 game with now 13 minutes remaining.
The second half has been absolutely explosive here for both teams. 2 goals for each.
Now Marcus all of a sudden finds themselves down once again, and it's just they were the better team, but they've given up these huge chances, and it's given Hebron the chance to, of course, take the lead again. But then again, a great play there by the Hebron offense. Good pass by Jimison and a good finish by Cheatham, of course. Or Marcus now finds themselves on the attack, but good cleanup there by the Hebron defense. As the Marauders try to get one back in, but decide to give it back to the midfield. Look like they're going to take their time here. Just moves this one back into the left side. Caroline gives this ball straight back into the middle of the field, headers it down straight back into her own defense. Bit of a risky play there. Looks like the Hawks are just going to clear this one back to the middle, but it's going to go straight back to a Marcus player here.
I think now with the lead, Hebron is going to try to keep the possession for themselves and try to keep the ball away from Marcus when they have it.
But right now it's all Marauders' possession as they have another chance here. Give this ball straight back in.
There's a Hebron player down here near the 30, but Marcus still has possession.
Marcus is on the attack, so they're not going to blow the whistle just yet. As Marcus is still going to move with the ball here. They've yet to blow the whistle. They say Marcus still has attacking possession. As now they're going to blow the whistle for the down on the field.
Appears to be maybe she's holding the back of her leg.
She's probably just tighten up on her here this late moments of the game.
Yeah, hopefully this isn't too bad of an injury.
It's like maybe they just need to stretch this one out.
She appears to be in a lot of pain. That's not very good for Hebron.
Yeah, these late game situations really, you start to get tense muscles, and everything just gets so much harder. They really can't afford to lose. Person here, she's gonna limp off the field. Hopefully, she's gonna be okay. As that is Sydney Japak, who's had a really good game.
Yeah, Sydney Japak, she's had not only a good game but a good season. 5 goals, 1 assist, 11 points. 3rd on the team in goals.
On for the Hawks as an injury replacement, number 20, Taylor Gilmore.
As number 20, Taylor Gilmore, is going to replace her late in the game here as we have 12 minutes. Hebron's up 3-2 after a goal by Taylor Cheltenham. Make it 3-2 here on LSMN. It's going to be a good final 12 minutes.
Yeah, and in these final 12 minutes, expect to see Marcus be much more aggressive than they have in the rest of this game, because late in this game, at this point, Marcus really needs a win.
Yeah, they can't fall back into the standings. It's going to be hard to make up, especially with only 3 games left, and they still got to play, and they still have to play Capel late in the season, so they need this. They need at least a draw here.
Yeah, well, a draw, it may not be what they want in the end game, but they cannot afford to lose this game.
Hawks, number 19, Leah Thompson.
As Leah Thompson's going to come in here for Hebron.
Leah Thompson on the season, 2 goals.
As this one's going to move into the left side of the field here for Marcus. Has a chance here. Tries to cross it in, but decides to cut back. Gets this one to cross in. She takes the shot, and it's going to go in. What a goal. She takes the shot from the left side of the field, kind of out there, and that was a really good shot by Maddie Reynolds to tie this game at 3-3. This second half has just been insane as we get another goal by Marcus, and it's just a cut back and a shot, just a surprise shot, and Hughes was not ready for it. Just what a shot there by Reynolds.
Yes, what a shot. I don't even think Hughes was ready for that one. She was expecting a cross. But once again, game is tied. A whole new ball game here with nearly just 10 minutes left.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster of emotions for sure, and it's just she just didn't look. Hughes didn't look prepared for that one, and just Reynolds took advantage of it and had a really good shot. This game is now tied 3-3 with 11 minutes left on LSMN.
What an incredible shot there by the offense there for the Marauders.
as they're going to call a foul here on Marauders. They're a bit upset about that one, but
Yeah,
they didn't have another chance here.
Yeah, they didn't really like that call too much.
Marcus got to be worrisome here because Hebron's had about 3 chances in this game, and they've scored on 2 of them in the second half.
Yeah, and if Hebron scores on this one, that erases all the momentum that they just had with that amazing goal there.
This takes a long shot, and she almost gets it, but what a shot there by Elmer Hayes. She almost gets in the top left corner. But that one's just going to go over here, and now Marcus is going to get possession back here with 10 minutes, and all of a sudden this game is just up and down roller coaster of emotions, and it's really what you wanted to see on a Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. So at this point, do the teams want to play it safe and try to go for a draw, or does Marcus still try to play aggressive here?
The way Marcus is playing, they just look like they want to win. They're playing with full speed and everything. They've definitely been the quicker team this half, but they've given up some key chances to get Keeper and make sure this game is tied. But they've been a way to keep fighting still, with especially with the 3 of those injuries they've had this game. They've just had a lot of people down, and even with Bella Campos, who's had 9 goals on the year and have had her 10th tonight. I mean, she was out of this game 20 minutes ago, and now they're coming on this counterattack here. As I say this, she
Here they
moves down
come.
on the open field. She cuts back into the middle, tries to find some open space, but a good play by the Hebron defense there. There's a really good play there by number 24, Trini Armstrong. Really good defensive play. That's going to lead to a Marcus throw-in, though. Here with 9 minutes left, tied 3-3.
Yeah, right now Marcus just seems like the more engaged team, the more aggressive team. It just seems like Marcus desperately wants to win this game, and it shows in the way that they're playing right now.
Marcus gets this throw-in here, quick little throw-in, gives it back to the corner, tries to lay this one back in, but a nice little header away keeps that away from the Marcus offense, as Hebron's going to come back here on the counterattack, and this is where Marcus has to worry, as they've given up 2 goals from this earlier in the game, but that pass doesn't seem to find anyone. He tries to find some possession here for the Marauders, as they give this ball back in here for Campos, as she takes a long ball in, but it just lands in the hands of Hughes, as Hebron's going to take possession right back. Seems to kick this ball down there, the Marauders, but it's going to land on the feet of the Hawks player. Makes a good play there to leave it off for Williams. Williams, who had a goal earlier in this game, the first one of the night, lays it off to Cheatham in the corner. Cheatham tries to make a cross in, but doesn't find anyone, misses wide. And Russell's going to hustle straight back up to the box, trying to give Marcus some quick counterattack.
Yeah, Marcus doesn't want to waste any time. They want all the time that they can, with only 8 minutes left.
As Marcus moves this ball straight back into the midfield. And they're fighting for it here. Definitely becoming more of a physical game here, and they're going to call a foul here on the Marauders, and that is about the second time now where they've been just a little bit too physical against the Hawks.
Yeah, and I think that one was on Maddie Reynolds, and she didn't really like that one too bit.
They're definitely playing the more physical, quick-paced game. As definitely this is Elmer Hayes, who had definitely a good shot from long range earlier in this one. This one about 10 yards more out. She takes this one low, and it's just going to land in the feet of the Marauders defense.
Yeah, it looks
Seems to be that the refs are going to call something here, as the ref's going to take these 2 people over. A little bit of a conversation. They're going to hand a yellow card off to both of them. So that's a yellow card to, seems to be Chenham there. Maybe that's Jemison. And then Marauders, Caroline Costance is both going to get yellow cards. And then Jemison is going to come off the field here for Williams, as they want to play it safe.
Yeah, because they cannot afford to lose her this late into the season.
So everything seemed to slow down here a little, as both of them are going to take them off the field with yellow cards. Seems that Mazzola is going to come back on the field here for the Marauders. With 7 minutes and 24 seconds left, this game is tied 3-3 between Hebron and Marcus, 2 top teams on the district here in Alice Men. It's going to be a fun final 7 minutes of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're going to see how both of these teams respond to the tie game. Marcus has so far been the more aggressive team in the second half and the more faster-paced team, but like you said, Hebron can pull off a very quick and very dangerous counterattack at any moment, so we're going to see how this final 7 minutes plays out.
Let's come on, lead down the field here. Hebron's going to have a chance at the counterattack again, but another good play by the Marcus defense to shut that one down quick with getting their legs in there. And they're going to switch the field here over for Mazzola. Mazzola has plenty of open space here on the left side. She's getting pressured quick. She makes a quick pass inside. Mazzola's going to get this ball back, get it out quick to Wise here. Wise is going to move it down the left side of the field, who's nobody's there, but this roll straight back out of bounds. Seems to be a goal kick here for Hughes.
It looks like the wind is picking up a lot more with those corner flags and nearly blowing off the ground.
As Jimison and Costance come straight back into the game here after they both get their yellow cards. Two key players, of course, going to have to play it safe here in the final 7 minutes.
Yeah, because both of these teams cannot afford to lose those two players this late into the season. You need all the players that you can get.
Was a quick turnover there on the midfield, but Hebron tries to quick straight back off. Tries to dump him down the field. It's going to go off the head of Cheatham, trying to create some open space. Doesn't find anyone. But this one going to go straight back out right side. Going to be a throw in here for Hebron.
That looks like Trinity Armstrong that she's down near the sideline right there.
Yeah, she's had a really good game defensively and going to force the midfield. Hopefully she's okay, as we have 5 minutes and 51 seconds left here on Alice Men.
Armstrong, so far this season, a goal, an assist. That's 3 points on the season, so...
She just looks a tad bit maybe out of energy there, maybe lost her wind. And what do you think both teams are going to have to do in this one to finish this game out and maybe get the win?
Marcus just needs to keep playing the way that they have been. The way that they've been playing has been working in the second half. Hebron, I feel like they need to, right now in this opportunity, they obviously need to capitalize. You don't get much opportunities like this in every game, so they definitely need to capitalize on what they're about to do.
As it's going to be Ansley Beer is going to take this throw in here for Hebron. So he moves this ball straight back in. Tries to find a quick little pass up in the middle of the box. Got to watch out here in Hebron as a Marks player comes rushing in, and Rogers is going to get possession right back, but they decide to kick it straight up, trying to go quick on the counterattack, and it's going to land on the feet of the Marauders here. Trying to find some open space. It's a 1v4 right now, trying to get some Marauders downfield, and she finds a man wide open down the right side, but they're going to call a quick foul instead of letting the play go. Looks to be that they're going to give the Marauders the shot instead of letting play go on. So
Looks like Maddie Reynolds. She was down there for a little bit, slow to get up on the play.
She gets straight back up. Looks going to be hard to get a shot off from here. Definitely look for a header inside.
Or at the very least, she could pass it to a close defender.
Maddie Reynolds already has a goal in this game. Looking to maybe add an assist, but she decided to take a shot straight on net, and a great save by Hughes. What a shot by Maddie Reynolds, but what even a better save by Hughes.
Wow, that was an amazing save there by Hughes.
It was just a long shot and just a really good attempt and another good chance there by the Marauders, but an even greater save by Hughes.
You see the replay here. An amazing save there by Hughes.
That really gets up and creates that save, but this is another threatening corner here from the Marauders with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left here in this tied 3-3 game. So Reynolds is going to take the corner, try to find an open person, but doesn't find anyone. Lays off to the right side for Hebron as they're going to try to come on the counterattack here. Marauders try to close it off. She almost does. Doesn't seem to find anyone, but the Marauders are going to be able to get possession here and just cut it off to the corner.
I think that was a smart move, just throw it out of bounds there, slow down Hebron's momentum.
And a good play there by the Marauders to cut off Jimison and make sure she doesn't get any open space. And they're going to say another throw in here for the Marauders, as she has to wait for her teammates to come back down here. She's going to try to find Maddie Reynolds down the left side.
Yeah, both of these teams right now are playing very fast-paced.
Very fast pace. Late in this game, they're really trying to find this goal here with now 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this second half. Moves it down to the left side for Marcus. Tries to find an open space, and nobody really follows that one. And now Chinham has a chance here for Hebron as she has some open space. Tries to make a move out to the left. Tries to find someone down left, but doesn't find anyone. But the ball bounces straight back into her feet as she makes a good pass down inside. Now it's the counterattack for Hebron. On the left side of the field. Makes a couple moves. Tries to get the ball inside, but doesn't find anyone, and the ball bounces straight back out. Looks to be that Hebron's going to be able to... looks to take the throw in here as they quickly throw it back in.
Less than 3 minutes now left in this game.
Tries to kick it over the top of that Marauder player, but not able to. But able to cut that one back. Here's the Hawks. The Hawks move back in on the 30-yard line, gives it over to Jimison. She's already had a key assist in this game. She moves it back out to the right side, has some open space. They cross it back into the center of the field, looking for Trina, doesn't find him, and then it just kicks off the leg of a player, and it's going to be in for a goal kick now with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this tied 3-3 game here on LSMN.
Marcus is going to want to hurry here with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You only get like at least 2 or 3 more opportunities at best.
Our Marauders are just trying to keep possession here, as it looks like Trinity Armstrong is going to come in a sub here late in the game. Trying to bring in some fresh legs, Hebron is. And Russell tries to move this ball out. Can't find anyone. Marauders are going to be able to retain possession, kick this one downfield, straight back to the Hebron defense. Looks like maybe the Marauders are running out of gas here, trying to get the draw at least. Hebron's had a lot of the pressure on these final few minutes. But a bad pass there leads to a turnover. It looks like Marcus is going to have possession again. Here they come again. Gets this pass open to a wide open right wing. They moves it back into the middle. That's Reynolds again, who's already had a goal earlier in this game. Tries to kick it downfield, doesn't find anyone, but a wide open left wing now for the Marauders. Have a lot of space to make something worth. Gives this ball in. There's a person down on the right side, but a diving play to stop this play by Hughes. She shuts down that play late in the game here now with 1:20 left in this one. If they move the ball back into the center.
Both of these teams are going to get at least 1 or 2 more good opportunities left in this game, so they're going to want to be smart in how they play this.
As it's going to roll back out, and it's going to give the throw-in back here to Hebron. It's about a minute left.
1 minute remaining.
So move this ball back into, tries to give it to Jimison, but doesn't find her. As Hebron trying to move quick here, try to get a chance, because keep in mind there is no extra time. As soon as the time is up, the whistle blows and the game is over. As Jimison tries to move one back in, tries to find one on the late side, has a man open, doesn't find the back of the net there with the header. Another good chance by Hebron, but now Russell's going to try to move this game quick with 30 seconds left here in the second half.
Marauders have got to hurry here.
Yeah, if they want a chance here, they're going to have to move quick. So Small moves in here by Russell. Can't make contact with it. This is going to be another chance here for Hebron late in the game. As they take their chances, they move in the center. Takes a shot. Doesn't be a good save there by Russell.
Great save there by Russell.
About 15 seconds left as this ball gets kicked away. As now Hebron fans are jumping onto the track to try to get their players a chance with more time as they move down the field. There's going to be 5 seconds left. Doesn't look like they're going to be able to create another chance, as that's going to be full time here tonight, as this game ends in a 3-3 draw between the Marcus Marauders and the Hebron Hawks, as both teams are going to get 1 point out of this. And this is going to be, and they're both going to have now 24 points now each.
What a game.
Between the few. And what are your final thoughts on this, Alex?
This is an incredible game here. The game really got off the ground here in the second half. You got 3 goals by Marcus in the second half alone. Just an incredible game. Maybe not the outcome that both of these teams wanted, but in the end, both teams got the points. So that's kind of all that matters here in the standings.
Yeah, both stay in the playoff race and definitely both have a good chance. They both definitely stay in that playoff race and have a chance at first, but a really amazing second half there by the Marauders.
Yeah, what an amazing comeback there in the second half. And with all the injuries that Marcus experienced, just an incredible performance there by them.
And that's going to be all we have for LSMN on YouTube here for you, as this game ends 3-3, as Marcus is going to go to 8-1-2, 1-3, and as both teams will go to 8-1-3 in district. As for LSMN, our next broadcast will be April 1st as Louisville plays Flower Mound baseball. Make sure to tune into that one. And I would like to thank all of Tech East for joining us, as you definitely saw some of our players on the side of the field tonight. And then, of course, everyone that worked on the broadcast tonight. As this game ends 3-3, a draw between Hebron and Marcus Girls Soccer.